Adam Geller here. I'm here today to talk to you about traveling outside a resort when you go out of the country. A lot of people don't really think about traveling outside a resort when you go to other countries because you're leaving your country to go to another country, so why would you leave paradise? Well, there's more to it than just being at the resort. Sometimes it's good to leave the resort. Certain countries, depending on where you go, can be dangerous. But, you know, if you do your research, you can usually figure out how to do it safely. The first time I was able to go out off the resort was when I was on my honeymoon with my wife. We were in Jamaica, Negril, Jamaica. Beautiful, beautiful place. Highly recommend it for everybody. Before we left the resort, shall I say, we did our research, we talked to people, we figured out that you needed to find a cab driver that was insured. Once you find a cab driver that's insured, you'll be very successful, when it comes to leaving the country. So, with how Jamaica worked, you needed to find a cab driver that had the PP on their license plate. That's how you knew they were insured. So we were able to do that. We wanted to get out, we wanted to see a couple places. People have recommendations of where to go. One of the things we wanted to do was we wanted to go horseback riding. We were able to find that pretty cheap. We were able to go horseback riding for about 3 hours. We saw all parts of Negril. Beautiful parts of the mountains. We seen a little bit of the slums where you could see how people were less fortunate. It was a wake-up call to see what people had, what you had, and what people didn't have. So it was a great experience for me, to say the least. If you haven't tried it, I'd definitely try it. The second time we went out off the resort was when my wife and I were in Dominican Republic. We went off the resort because we were going to go to an after-hours club. And that went well, but it was scary because we thought we were getting dropped off. We didn't know about being insured and everything else on this one. Got dropped off. We didn't know if we were going to have a ride back. And that was pretty scary. And the language barrier was a little crazy at times. And it was tough to understand everybody, for them to understand you. But it was doable. We were able to go there. We safely got back home, and we were able to compare the two between Jamaica and Dominican and realize that Jamaica was way better. And that was, it's hands down. You realize when you've had a good experience and a bad experience, and you outweigh the two of them, then you have your choice of which one you would want to do again. In conclusion, if you're ever in the Dominican Republic, I'd advise you to stay at the resort, at least the one I was at. But when you go to Jamaica, feel free to leave the resort. Just make sure you get a cab that has PP on the license plate, and then you know you're in good hands. Thank you. Have a nice day.